Welcome back to Ken and Nishan's Keyed Up podcast, where we're talking about all things regards to real estate and real estate lending in the GTA. Today's episode is sponsored by Nero Law, who specializes in real estate and criminal defense. So thank you, Nero Law. Their information will be listed down low if you have anything related to real estate or criminal defense that you need support on. Today's topic is about that the industry is calling for a CRA to support
a digital tool?
a digital tool to support
Mortgage fraud.
against mortgage fraud, essentially, right? Because a lot of that's been happening.
That would screw a lot of people.
I mean, it would, but you know what? To be honest, we need to be right by the clients and in the industry, right? Because at the end of the day, I mean, the only one that gets affected is you and me, right?
That's what's happening, guys. There's a lot of mortgage fraud going on. Mortgage fraud meaning you really make $50,000 a year, but let's just scratch that off and say you make $150,000 a year to get approved for a mortgage. So it's happening all over the place. And you always hear people say things like, I can get any deal done. So that actually means they're doing a lot of mortgage fraud. So what this article is saying is they actually want a digital tool, and that's gonna mess a lot of people up because that digital tool is gonna be linked to what you claim you make with the CRA. And that's gonna mess a lot of people up because now the CRA is gonna say, well, no, you claim to be making X amount of money, so therefore there's no way you can be making more. And why that's a massive change is gonna mess up the industry for a lot of people. It's because many people don't report their true income to the CRA. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So if you make $100,000, you're telling the CRA you make $20,000, and that's being reported. So if they have a tool that says how much you make, and you go to the bank and say you make $150,000 a year, they're gonna say, well, hold on, in our documents you make $20,000. Which one is it? You know what I mean? So now it's going to be a question of, do you lie to the CRA to not pay taxes on $150,000?
Line 150.
Or do you lie to the CRA and say, no, CRA, I make $20,000 to pay less in taxes?
Well,
or do you say you make more to get approved for a house?
That's more so for business for self employees.
That's true too.
People that have their own businesses or are commission based.
Yeah.
But for those that are salaried, those that are earning two paychecks a month, it may work because, to be honest, those are the ones that may be a little bit easier. Because honestly, in the industry that you're working, for example, I own a retail store, or I'm a truck driver, or this is and that, right? A lot of my job is earning money through statements or cash or things like that, right? A lot of jobs do earn cash. A lot of jobs do earn through invoices, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I do like it in the fact that it does help streamline fraud and make things a little easier. But there are some challenges in places, right? Like showing true income for industries that are for clients that are in self-employed industries, right? So I'm reading here. So there was a survey that went out. Minimum information required to verify income. Responses to questions. So the question was, what is the minimum information you would require? So these were asked to mortgage experts.
Right.
What is the minimum information you require from CRA to verify the borrower's income? So this is based on 5,000, just over 5,000 total response. There was a whopping 84% said they need to know line 150. And then 62% said they need to know net income, which is line 236. And then 54% taxable income. So there's a lot of, information.
How about this, right? So here you go. The people that are using it a lot, and the fraudsters, right? Imagine you are salary based and you're only making $40,000 a year. No, not only, let's say part is making 50, other one's making 50, $100,000 combined, but you're salary based. These are also the people that are miraculously making $100,000 a year each on a mortgage document and sending that into the bank. So everybody's the culprit. It's the people that are self-employed who have to lie on their CRA income to beat it down. And these guys are padding their income to say they make more. But I think the biggest culprits actually are the salary-based people that actually are making $40,000 a year, and now they're making $90,000 a year as an engineer somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're trying to match those ones.
Yeah, and so
it's a big problem.
So as a mortgage advisor, the documents that I would need: letter of employment, pay stub.
Right.
Most times I would ask for bank statements to show direct deposits going into the account.
Right.
And then notice of assessment and T4. These are
Right.
essentially what I would need. These documents are being falsified. Like
100%.
crazy.
They know this.
And I don't know if you know, but a lot of banks are starting now introducing AI, where even like a space in the notice of assessment will sound
Right.
off the alarms. Right? I'm just saying, right? So
They don't trust mortgage
all this is
brokers,
going to
man.
all this is going to be cracked down. All these black market
Down on mortgage agents, man.
100%.
It's a shakedown.
100%. And guys like Fides Mortgages who are following the book and doing things the way we need
By the
to.
book, and I feel
It's important to make sure that when you do speak to a mortgage agent that you are running through these scenarios, because two things here, right?
Yeah.
One, everybody wants to get paid. Everybody wants to buy that house.
Right.
But really and truly, like if you break it down to a human element here,
Right.
man, if you can't afford this house, you're going to be struggling paycheck to paycheck, or even however way you earn your money,
Right.
causing you to be financially stressed. That stress leads to family stress. That
Yeah.
stress, like, do you, as a mortgage agent, do I want to put that pressure, stress on a client, knowing very well that, buddy, you can't even afford this house? Why would I unethically try to bump up the number? Like, speaking in general, right?
Yeah.
But then you do have those cases where, okay, I'll make it work. I do like the way that we're going.
Okay.
It does streamline things. It does make things a lot easier if the CRA is linked with the bank, so that way we can verify things, get the guys a mortgage as quick as possible.
It's going to be a game changer in the industry, because if they have this whole article about having a digital tool,
Yeah.
it really means that as a mortgage agent now, when you are saying, I'm going to collect your documents, they may start saying, well, you know what, I don't even necessarily need your documents, because I know how much you're making.
Well, would you need your consent to access CRA? There'll probably be another portal. Need your consent that I have consent to access your information on CRA website through a different channel, right?
It's probably going to be mandatory. Like, so if they make it mandatory, like, it's a game changer. It actually means that, it literally means that if they implement this tool, it means that that will be a end to most fraud, because it must be reported. It solves everything.
Yeah.
It solves everything. A lot of those people that are living in mansions in like Vaughan, Markham, like, how do you live in a home worth $2 million when you only make $50K a year? How's that possible? You know what I mean? Like, how is it possible?
I just think, it's a great idea. It's the way that we need to go.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of details that need to be, because my understanding, when I looked at the CRA and it just showed the number, like, when I'm putting an application together, and we're talking about how much they've earned, potential to earn with the bonuses year over year, we take 2-year averages, things like that. It's just, I'm not sure if this tool will be that detailed yet to show that, because everybody's income is
it bonuses?
yeah, it'll reflect on the T4, right? But I just think there's still some ways to go for us to get a full financial picture and really understand the client's income situation versus how much they're being borrowed. But yeah, I'm totally with it. I think it's the right way to go.
Okay.
Strictly from a fraud detection standpoint.
100%.
But then also, like you just said, and I think you probably didn't even know you said it, was, hey, I don't even need to collect your document. I can just get it directly. It speeds things up.
CRA, man.
Right? So it speeds things up. So we'll see what happens there. The power of CRA and AI are going to change.
I think so.
It drastically,
it
right?
will stop mortgage fraud.
Yeah,
I think so. I would say this: there's some mortgage companies with like Fidus right now, where the banks trust you guys, and you can work with multiple lenders.
Correct.
Right? And sometimes you have these mortgage companies that can't even work with certain banks
Oh,
because there's a bunch of them, right? So I think that but there are some individuals, guys, that legitimately charge people like $10,000 and $15,000, $20,000 just to produce fake documents, and they actually make a living a year off of just literally making money off of charging people to create stuff, right? So that whole industry in general is going to be like almost wiped out, predominantly because you just can't trick a digital system. Now, how accurate this digital tool is going to be, anything government-wise is going to have a lot of errors.
There's definitely going to be a There's definitely going to be a shakedown, right? From real estate agents saying I have a guy who can get it done to mortgage guys saying I can get it done, right? It's a whole network that's going to be affected. But I think at the end of the day, the clients are the ones going to come out winning. If they can afford it, they'll be able to get it. right? And the banks will be protected because there's some reports saying here for every dollar that's received via fraud, it costs the bank $4 to recoup. So think about that.
Yeah, well, the banks want it. The bank wants this thing in. It's gonna mess a lot of people up.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm all for it. How about you?
I'm all for it, man.
All right. So we'll look at the comments below to see how they feel about this and their feedback and what they think the CRA should do or can add to make this, a reliable form of getting things done on the mortgage side, right?
100%.
Ken, I want to bring up the next topic. Just landed in the news not too long ago. And the headline reads, GTA real estate fraud case expands to dozens of alleged victims.
Right.
So apparently a Brampton man faces new criminal charges as over 40 homeowners alleged they were scammed out of pre-construction deposits.
Yeah.
What's your take on that? What do you think about that article that just came out?
Well, but this guy ended up collecting all these deposits for a developer that he said he was going to be able to get these guys access to, but he was never able to actually get the access.
I don't think he had anything to do with that builder.
Yeah. That's dangerous. I think that a lot of, you do trust your realtor to be able to put deposits in, but I think that in this situation, like these deposits, like he has never handed it into the builder.
Yeah.
So it's not even necessarily on the builders. It's this guy literally just took everybody's money and they had no units.
So he says he's associated with a company called Paradise Development Homes Limited, and that's where they were doing the pre-constructions from.
Right.
But there's actually a company called Paradise Development Inc.
Right.
So I guess there's a little bit of similarities there, and that's where they got the hook there. But actually, when experts or journalists reached out to Paradise Development, they clarified that they had no ties with this individual, right? So I guess they made the deposits out to Paradise. What's the company called? Paradise Development Homes Limited, who sounds like a legitimate company,
Right.
Trusting the real estate agent to make these deposits.
Yeah.
Only for it to be a company that him and his buddies run.
Yeah,
Cash out the checks.
It's fraud because we all know like Tribute, for example, is a real company. But imagine if you say like I'm a Tribute Homes Ltd. Pay to that name, and you're thinking, okay, it must be the same institution, but it's not. But what's interesting in this case is that like they didn't even get APSs, so they didn't even get like agreement and purchase and sales that says, hey, this is an official contract.
Yeah.
And they didn't get floor plans, what the unit would look like. Like they just put deposits down on things that are in the air.
So it doesn't make sense to me. So like when I bought my first home from a pre-construction,
Right.
I actually went into a showroom.
Right.
I saw the layout of the house.
Yeah.
What the cupboards were gonna look like, what the floor, what the granite was gonna look like.
Right.
Is that not what's happening now? Like how do these guys trust thousands of dollars, write a check out to a company, Paradise Development Homes Limited, and trust that this product is gonna sell?
So there's no. Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know.
Yeah, and obviously they're protecting and they're being very careful with the information coming out. So not like they're giving us everything. But what's odd about this case is that traditionally when you buy pre-construction, you go in there, you see a unit, you get a brochure, you know what it's going to look like. Then you sign these formal agreements. Your lawyer reviews the document. There's a whole process behind this, but you're buying a house. It's interesting that these guys just pretty much gave deposits and there's no formal contract. There's no examples of what your home would look like. It's like they almost just wanted they want to secure their spot.
Yeah.
And that was also a time when these things were being sold out in like a week or in days. If you remember, guys, but you couldn't even get a house. So a lot of times they were just saying, hey, put my name down for a 4-bedroom, 4-washroom, a double car garage, 3,500 square foot home, put my name down, and whatever the layout I get, when I get it, I'll take it. Everybody was that desperate. So these guys just went out and they just did something interesting, but it's a scam because
they led with the present they led with the fact that, hey, like they're getting way below market costs on these homes.
Right.
Now is the time to jump on it.
Yeah.
Pay the developer. So these people that are their life savings, man, we're getting a discounted house because the builder can't sell.
Right.
They're gonna jump on it.
Right. And they thought they were making, and in fairness to them, I mean, they thought they were making payments to the actual builder, but he just copied their name and, man,
Yeah.
this guy's clever.
It's unfortunate, right?
That's
Because
crazy,
these are a
yeah.
lot of people that are looking to buy their first home, and they're putting their
Yeah.
blood, sweat, and tear money that they've earned, right?
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate. Hopefully, the courts do what they do with regards to this person that's being charged with this.
And their life, like many of them says here, like they put down their life savings. One guy lost what, $570,000.
Yeah, yeah.
$570.
Well, the lawsuit's for $570,000.
Right. A few civil suits, but that combined
yeah.
$570 one guy.
I mean, guys, you guys, like I said, you have to do your due diligence, right?
Right.
Especially in this market, people are getting desperate out there.
Yeah.
Right. Whether it's a builder, whether it's a real estate agent, mortgage agent, appraisers,
Yeah.
lawyers.
But he is saying he has no wrongdoing, and he plans to defend himself in court, even though the builder's name, the builder's like, you all know this guy, like what's
Well,
what?
he's saying he's acting as a salesperson. So I wonder who is he acting as a sales associate for, right?
Well-
Maybe he's just the runner, and the bigger guys are the guys behind him that are ready to,
Well, that's actually the case. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that there's.
I mean, he's
there's
definitely the
big-
scapegoat. He's not wrong in saying that he's a sales associate,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
For the company, like
Yeah,
I mean, listen, I work for this company,
Oh my God.
Paradise Development, whatever it's called, Paradise Development. What is it called? Paradise Development. Quickly here. Paradise Development.
Yeah.
He told me to go out there, or he or she told me to go out there and talk to his clients and let them know I got a condo corporation. I got a condo that's coming up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be $100,000 less than what the market is. If you want it, you gotta write a check to this company. For all we know, this guy probably didn't do anything wrong. He only knows what he's being told.
No.
I just play devil's advocate.
You know,
right?
like you don't oops your way to $1 million.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Well, I made that. I'm not buying it. Oops. I have this Lamborghini. Oops. What? I didn't know what I was doing. I was collecting all this money.
Well, we'll see what he says in court. Well, we'll see what he says in court.
In court. He didn't be careful because
I mean, listen, man. Listen, everybody has their day in court.
Everybody had the day. Honestly, everyone had the day in court. Maybe there's something we're not missing, but it just sounds like you gotta really be careful who you're working with, who your agent is. Are they reputable? What company are they with? But it sounds like, again, like what could these guys do? Because if someone came to you and said, I'm Fidus Inc. Mortgages. Well, there's no ink on Fidus, but they just put an ink, same logo, same coloring, and they trust the branding, and you go and give Fidus Inc. this check thinking it's a legitimate company, right? So it's unfortunate that this guy definitely chose the name of the checks to be written into. That was a strategic play.
Yeah.
So I don't 100%. I'm not buying this whole.
Not buying it at all. But I mean, here the lesson
know.
here is to do your due diligence. To be honest, right? Like I said, we're in a market right now where people are getting desperate. People are tightening up their money. People are trying to jump on opportunities at other people's expense.
And if it sounds too good, it probably is, man. Like,
There's a thing. If it sounds too good to be true, it is.
It is.
All right.
Sellers, people aren't just saying, "Oops," to $100,000. Yeah, I don't need that. Let me guess. If it sounds too good, there's always a reason. There's always something behind it. So protect yourself. But guys, all these guys literally got robbed a whole bunch of money, paying money to a Brampton mortgage agent. Why are we laughing? This is serious.
Listen, we're East End guys, so anytime we hear Brampton, it's always got to be. It's always on the news.
Yeah, we're from Scarborough. Scarborough's East, but it's not funny. For the 50 families, we're not laughing.
Yeah.
It's a serious thing.
And hopefully they get their money back. They're taking him to court, and hopefully they can recoup some of their life savings, right?
That money's in Dubai in a gold safe. So this is fun. So we're gonna every single week we're gonna be coming to you guys with this great content. What's happening in the GTA, the good news, the not so good news, but ultimately educating everybody to make sure you know what's happening. We want this to be educational. We want you to take things away to ensure that these things don't happen to you and to just expose the realities of what's happening around us. Real estate is not simple. Mortgage is not simple. So our goal is to just enlighten all of you guys and have this as a fun learning experience. So until next time.